Today, we're going to talk about, again, these auto extended warranty scams. All right, recently I did an intro into these extended warranties, and I promised to do some homework. I'm a little bit late on getting it done, so I've got to be quick because, again, I hate doing long videos. I'll try to do stuff in 3 to 5 minutes. It's impossible. This may have to take 2 segments, so we'll see. So let me get my old man glasses on, and while I'm preparing, my notes are not in order. There's too many. Let me tell you what. I am so disappointed in the automotive industry in the United States of America. They keep going to new lows. Maybe they keep going to new highs in the profits on certain things, but I'm just disgusted. And if you look at one of those last videos I did recently, we're at around now 78,000 views, and that's what's kind of fueled this part 1, part 2 thing. People are pissed off, and I don't blame them because it's happened to me. So let's get right to the point. All right, auto extended warranties, bumper to bumper. That's a false phrase. Trust me, not gonna happen. Nothing's gonna cover it from bumper to bumper. That's a bunch of BS. I'm not afraid to say it. All right. I'm going to jump ahead and come back here. I guarantee you today, people have went and bought, I'm going to say thousands of people went and bought a car today or a truck. And you signed all the papers you bought. You spent that extra $3,000 on the extended warranty. And guess what? At the end, you've got no paperwork. They hand you a jump drive and say, hey, everything you need is right here. And you're like, oh yes, hey man, this is great. I don't have any paperwork to have to tote or keep up with. And you know what, if I need to refer to it, I'll just put it in my little laptop computer. I can print everything out or whatever. Hey, you tell these people you want every page printed out and you go over everything line by line. Trust me on that. Jump drive, get you a copy of the paperwork. All right, going back. On these auto extended warranties, here are the questions they do not like. All right, I'll tell you this right now. When you ask them, I've got to get back to my notes here, I'll lose it. Get a detailed list, line by line, of what is not covered. You'd be very surprised. Limitations and exclusions. That's 10 more pages I'm not even going to go into, all right? Some of the things that are not covered typically, I'm not going to say all warranties, but typically speaking. And guess what? I think there's some decent warranties out there, and we're going to be covering that later on. All right, detailed list, we talked about that. Shop supplies, not covered. Diagnosis, time and labor. Let's just say you got an engine problem, you got an engine knock somewhere. They got to go into the engine and spend 6 or 8 or 9 hours diagnosing that at 130, somewhere between $125 and $135 an hour. It's on you. They do not pay for diagnostics. Some may, but it's doubtful. Many electronics. Hey, lots and lots of electronics. Newer, older cars, there's all kinds of things. As a matter of fact, a lot of your major failures today are electronics on these vehicles. Makes me wonder, if we're having electronic failures on gas-driven or diesel engine vehicles, how are they going to make EVs dependable? That's another story. That's another, anyway, fast forwarding. Let's see here. Electric windows, the motor's not covered. A lot of labor goes into changing those electric windows motor out. Now, I'm not going to say all warranties don't, but read the fine print. Oil leaks. It's going to happen sooner or later. Probably not covered. Transmission fluid leaks. Probably not covered. Brake malfunctions. Oh my gosh, that's another thing there. Hey, electronics are tied into your brakes. Got a problem with that? Probably not covered, but check your particular warranty. Drive belts. And that's more of a routine maintenance thing. We talked about that a while back, and hoses. Hey, you should know if you haven't changed your hoses out on your car or truck for a long time, that's a routine maintenance thing. Please understand that and get her done. Turbos. If the turbo goes out, we talked about this last week, causes you engine problems. Hey, you know what? If the warranty does not cover the turbo and it ruins your engine when all those metal parts spray into there, hey, no cigar, all right? Injectors. That's something else to think about. Most vehicles today, I would say all of them are fuel injected, diesel or gas. Question this, catalytic converters, very expensive to replace, and they do fail for different issues. Radiators, let's say you get a leak in your radiator. Is that covered? Good chance it's not. Timing belt, they got to go in. Now this is a diesel, so I'm not too much worried about that, but on most of your cars, they have timing belts. That's a very expensive job. On most of your cars today, a Toyota or whatever, Honda, I'm just going to use those two examples. You're probably looking at $1,000 to $1,400 just to change those, probably not covered. Your dashboard, all the lights on that, all the different functions, probably not covered. The console, how about this? We talked about the electric motors on the windshield. Oh, motors in your electric seat, not covered. All right, body parts, not covered. I think I may have touched on this. You got a sunroof, something goes out with it, the motor. What about the glass shatters from the heat? And it does happen. Probably not covered. We can go on and on. Radios. If your radio goes out, it's expensive. That's got all the information on your miles per gallon, your how your car is functioning. Probably not covered. Climate control unit, very expensive to replace. Probably not covered. Navigation unit, in the same screen, not covered. Okay, let's say you get into some water about 2 feet high and you get water into your transmission. Sorry, no cigar, not covered. Okay, the computer on your vehicle, is it covered? Probably not. One short, it shorts it out. Sorry, that's just not covered. But thank you for that $3,000 or $4,000 you financed. Okay. Now here's something very important. We're at 6 minutes, we're almost 7 minutes now. Can you cancel after the purchase? I would hope so, but ask before you buy it, okay? I mean, think about it. You financing this several $1,000 program. Hey, let's say tomorrow you get buyer's remorse, can you cancel it? I would sure hope that you got that figured out before you sign the dotted line, okay? What happens if you get rid of the car or the truck? Is that warranty transferable? Or if you cancel it, do you get a prorated amount of money back? It's very important to know that. I'm gonna probably have to do a part 2 on this. We're at 7 minutes now, so here's my last thing before I go into say part 2. Ashley Ziegler, if you're out there, please comment. Okay, she bought, I believe it was a Ford Explorer. I may be wrong on that. She paid $3,000 for this extended warranty. Well, through time to time, she went to different places to have her oil changed. She had a malfunction of the turbo on her vehicle. Well, guess what? She did not keep up with every detail of where the oil changes were at. I know that she had some of them, but not everything. Her damage was around $4,000. And guess what? She got declined on the claim because her paperwork records were not in perfect order. These guys have a way of worming themselves out. I just about guarantee you Ashley did her oil changes like she was supposed to, but one little mistake in the paperwork without proof. And you know what gets me about that? Oil change probably had zero to do with the turbo in her vehicle. So listen, again, what the big print giveth, the fine print taketh away. Please, I'm going to stop here. I've got more pages. I don't want to bore you. It just goes on and on and on. I'm not going to say don't buy these extended warranties because there are some good ones out there, but ask questions and don't be afraid to say no. Many people cannot say no. Let me tell you something. My name is Scott Duckworth. Not only can I say no, I can say hell no. I'm not going to do it. Thank you for viewing. If you like what you've seen, hey, hit the subscribe button or even hit the notification button, that little bell down there. I got some more good stuff coming. I want to save you some dollars. It's very important. Thank you again for viewing.